Erika Kirk, the widow of slain MAGA influencer Charlie Kirk, and now perhaps the most revered figure in the MAGA movement outside of Donald Trump, is trending today for all the wrong reasons. This after she did something that left a room full of MAGA influencers stunned, and I have all the details for you next. I'm Dan and welcome to another Occupy Democrats video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe so you don't miss any of our reports about the oddness, chaos, and corruption that comes out of Trump world. Let's first set the stage for this story. The Kirk's Turning Point organization is hosting the annual Ampfest this weekend. It's part fireworks-infused revival and part MAGA influencer convention. If I told you that attendance includes the opportunity to have a selfie taken under a replica of the assassination tent, you might think I'm being satirical. Think again.
And you can see from behind me, this is a recreation of the tent where Charlie Kirk lost his life at Utah University in September, and people are taking selfies with it.
I have no words, so let's dive into our featured story that hinges on one particular word that keeps following Erika Kirk on a sparkly tour of grief.
She is a grifter, and just look at the costume changes. Look at the costume changes. Look at the affect and how she does that. It's wild. This woman should be kicked to the curb. She is an absolute grifter, just like Donald Trump and just like her unrepentant, racist, homophobic husband was. This is intentional weaponization of her gender and her faith.
Everyone grifts differently, as they say. Erika Kirk has been on more press stops in the last 3 months than most celebrities manage in a year. Fox News, Hannity, The Five, Fox and Friends, Outnumbered, Megyn Kelly, the New York Times Deal Book Summit, a $10,000 a plate fundraiser at Mar-a-Lago, and a 100,000 person memorial 11 days after her husband died. A book tour, a CEO announcement 8 days after his death. And the immediate assumption is this has got to be about money. She's cashing in, which sure, monetizing her late husband's death. She saw an opportunity and she took it. Sure, the money is definitely real. The fundraising and the book sales are also real. But if you think this is just about money, you're missing the actual story. What Erika Kirk is doing is not just building wealth. She is building something way more dangerous. We knew Kirk's death was the uncorking of a new level of political violence, but we did not expect this. We did not expect what she would do with this. And real quick, I am Lauren Paritra. The only way we counter voices like hers and his and the grift is to make sure better voices are getting heard. For somebody whose whole message is that women should just be at home with their children, making more children, she sure spends a whole lot of time not being home with her own children. And can we talk about the constant looking up to the sky thing? Every interview, every speech, her and her little raccoon eyes, tilts her head back like Charlie's about to parachute down from heaven. It's weird.
Grift is a big accusation, and it would have to be the farthest thing from her mind while addressing the faithful at the most important event of the year, right? Well, you would think so, but in what is now the Freudian slip of the year, she reveals that the word is actually top of her mind.
Despite the devastating loss of Charlie Kirk, my incredible husband at UVU, Caleb has persisted with the same grift.
What?
Persisted with the same gift. Grit. It has been a long day. Trust me, you're not a grifter, honey. It's all good.
I think the slip-up reveals that Erika has been watching the same videos you just watched, and I'll let you decide for yourself if the grifting shoe fits. And I'll leave you with one more clip. She's an influencer I discovered while researching this story, and I found her thoughts about Erika to be salient and worth sharing.
Can't lie, it's getting weird. Because when your public grief starts looking like an Adam and Eve commercial, that's not faith. That's branding. And it's gross. And the wild part is she's not being objectified. She's participating. She's found her place in the performance. The beautiful believer, the holy widow, the vessel for the message. Erika Kirk figured out how to turn devotion into influence. Not the loud kind, though. The curated, palatable kind. You know, the one that makes far-right politics look gentle. She wraps white Christian nationalism in soft femininity, in perfectly timed tears and God's plan captions. And the people around her are eating it up. Because every movement like this needs a face. Someone who makes extremism look nurturing instead of dangerous. She's not on stage with men like J.D. Vance by accident. She's there because she makes his ideology look marketable. She's proof that the patriarchy will always find a woman to front the campaign. But real talk, since her husband died, she's been everywhere. Podcasts, conferences, stages. Grieving publicly in a way that doesn't feel accidental. Because grief sells when it looks holy. When it sounds like faith instead of fury. That hug with Donald Trump, that wasn't a spiritual moment. That was a moment designed to make people feel safe with him. Because nothing says redemption like a woman weeping in your arms, right? And whether she realizes it or not, she's become the emotional shield of a movement. She absorbs the criticism, softens the image, right? She sanctifies the message. So here's the thing. Erika Kirk is not naive. She is strategic.